Good morning. What is up, YouTube? Good morning and welcome back to the my crypto journey live stream. Ooh, here for coffee and crypto on a beautiful Friday day down here in sunny San Diego. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning so far. I got the biggest cup of coffee and we're ready to get it, baby. Let's go. Look at those big red bubbles though, and look at Binance down significantly. I mean, a lot of altcoins are down today, but Binance really going through it in the media right now, really getting attacked from everywhere. Even a lot of people in our space don't really trust Binance. And, I have to agree with a lot of people. I don't trust any exchange really. And I don't think he's like this malicious guy or anything like that. But I don't know. It's just hard to trust a lot of these cryptocurrency exchanges. Very, very, it's hard for me, right? Now, of course, we have that. And then, of course, Kevin OLeary and CZ have been going at it in public, right? Pretty much on news channels, right? Is Binance in trouble? I don't think so. But it's interesting to see the arguments back and forth. Of course, Jim Cramer had a huge meltdown this morning saying, like, I shouldn't have trusted Binance or like something to tune of that. Crazy. And is Elon Musk censoring people on Twitter? Interesting. Of course, the crypto markets are pulling back quite significantly, but this is because I believe we had that huge rally off of positive CPI data, and this is just us pulling back. Bitcoin did dump under $17,000 today, so we'll see what happens. A lot of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market is definitely continuing today. It's crazy. It's crazy. What's up, Matt? Good morning. What's up, Jayhawk? How you doing, baby? What's up, Steph? How you doing? What's up, Jay Linda? Jason? Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Slim Cheeses. Matthew Miller. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. What's up, Javi? Crypto High. What's up, Crypto High? What's up, Beaver? How you doing? What's up, Bud? Andrew? What's up, Sacco? Speak to my manager. Let's go. What's going on, baby? What's up, Gabe? What's up, Patrick? How you doing, baby? What's up? What's up, Brad? Jason? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Jayhawk? Dude, I already have the fake WhatsApp people in here already. Jesus Christ. I'm doing well. How y'all doing this morning? What's up? What's up, Yang? How you doing, baby? Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you all in here. And of course, you guys know that I'll be going the Crypto Hour 9 a.m. over on Jake's channel. So we'll migrate directly after this over to Jake's channel. But first, let's talk about the Elon censorship. Actually, and we have a Lilly Finance video from one of their influencers pretty much saying one big lie. Interesting. Is that the real lie? Is that like lie down? Or is it LIE? I don't know. I think it's LIE though, right? So one big lie down. But we're going to watch this because I want to hear what a former Lilly Finance influencers have to say. It's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting because a lot of people are starting to believe them less and less, as they should. And I mean, I've seen like a few, one in particular, Lilly Finance influencer just like, yeah, FUD, everyone's FUD. It's like, it's not FUD, man. There's some serious stuff going on, I think, when you lie to investors like that. But let's talk about Elon Musk, quote unquote, censoring people and suspending accounts. So apparently, Elon Musk has been suspending Twitter accounts because they are doxing people. And let's listen to this live space because he talked about them doxing his personal information. And I think it's a very, very interesting thing on Twitter right now, and probably really important when it comes to like the future of Twitter and how they're going to take banning accounts, because people are saying this is unfair, but I see where Elon Musk is coming from. Let's listen to this.
Well, as I'm sure everyone who's been doxed would agree, showing real-time information about somebody's location is inappropriate, and I think everyone on this call would not like that to be done to them. And there is not going to be any distinction in the future between journalists, so-called journalists, and regular people. Everyone's going to be treated the same. You're not special because you're a journalist. You're a Twitter. You're a citizen. So no special treatment. You dox, you get suspended. End of story. So ban evasion, or trying to be clever about it, like, oh, I posted a link to the real-time information, is obviously obviously simply trying to evade the meaning. There's no different than actually showing real-time information.
Yeah, so here's the thing. These journalists are trying to be cute about it, right? They're trying to be like, oh, yeah, no, I just posted a link to something, or I did this. It's like, I didn't really like dox your location, but look at as a person who's gotten a little bit of their information doxed, and remember when that weird Saitama Informer page was trying to show where I lived and stuff, and putting personal information out there, like that is absolutely, that's scary, right? That's scary. And there's been other people where they pop up at your house and stuff. Not my house, obviously, but other people's houses and stuff. And they were, I guess some guy, like, apparently Elon's son, which is crazy. I think he explains it here somewhere. Elon says, criticizing me all day long is totally fine, but doxing my real-time location and endangering my family is not. Apparently, it's like somebody tracked his son's location thinking it was him, and like they pulled over in front of the car and hopped on the hood or something crazy. So if you're Elon Musk, obviously, you're going to try to stop this everywhere, right? And a lot of people are saying, well, no, he's abusing his power by, censoring people. But I see where he's coming from, obviously, right? When your family's in danger and those sorts of things, and the people they're being cute about it, right? People are going to try to get around it. Oh, no, this is public information, or, there's a link to it, or, I saw this on another website. So I get it. So I don't know. Journalists is used pretty loosely in this space, very, very loosely. Pub GM says, is it a bad time to invest in small cap tokens? And is this time at this time, or is it okay? I mean, it depends on what you're trying to, get out of it, because there's some small tokens. Obviously, you're trying to get like a big return, right? And some altcoins and small tokens right now are going to give you the best return on your investment. But at the same time, you got to be careful because they're super, super risky. So, obviously investing in the bigger caps are safest, but I mean, crypto's just kind of bad right now. Let me see. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Welcome. Good morning. Do me a favor, smash that like button before we get started, and make sure to check out today's sponsor and this month's sponsor, Volt E, baby. Let's get it. All right, so this is interesting because Kevin OLeary, we'll talk about the Trump NFTs here in a second, but yeah, there's Trump NFTs, which is crazy. That's been trending like crazy. Apparently, there's some weird like Trump NFTs, like some deep fake looking ones, right? But we'll talk about this real quick. This is an interesting battle going on in the media because obviously Kevin OLeary doesn't like CZ. Well, not that he doesn't like him. He's accusing him of bringing out FTX. Now, there's some truth to that, but FTX is also doing shady shit on the back end, right? Obviously. So to just blame CZ for the collapse of FTX is kind of crazy to me, especially if there was nothing to expose, they would have been all right? If there was nothing to expose, that'd have been all right. So let's see what happens, because, of course, CZ is saying, your accusations against me are a lie. So let's watch this.
You differently, though? I mean, we were talking about actually endorsements and endorsees. Obviously, Larry David was in the FTX Super Bowl commercial. Tom Brady took on his role as a spokesman of sorts for the company. You're a spokesman for the sorts of the company. Not of sorts, but were. It's funny. I don't know if it's funny. Some people wouldn't expect a Larry David or Tom Brady, maybe fairly or unfairly, to either have known or understood or necessarily done all the diligence that they should have done.
Well, let me tell you why.
But they look at you and they think that you should have.
Well, that's interesting to differentiate me. I can tell you he's a better quarterback than I am. So there's things we do differently. But let me tell you what the theory was and why Sam Bankman-Fried was hiring all these people. He was very jealous of the accounts that Coinbase had, and he wanted to figure out how to build a retail base quickly. And so it's not crazy what he did. Putting his name on an arena makes sense if you can make a brand become ubiquitous in America so that you can try and get more consumers to build that base. Maybe jealous isn't the right word, but he said they started 3 years earlier and they were way ahead of him, and he wanted to catch up. And that was the way to do it. So it's not a crazy theory. Companies advertise and they do it this way. Now, obviously, none of us would have wanted to be in this mess if we could have avoided it, but we just didn't know. And frankly, venture investing is, you can do all the due diligence you want. You're still going to get 8 out of 10 go to zero. That's been the stat since 1954 when they first started covering it in Boston. Right. So at the end of the day, that's the nature of investing this way. It's risky.
I don't think that people get mad at Kevin OLeary for investing in SBF and FTX. I think they get mad at him trying to go on this campaign, pretty much his press tour of publicly defending him. Right. I think that's the reason why people are really mad at Kevin OLeary. We know that, Kevin OLeary is a venture capitalist, right?
Just one question about the creditors, just your opinion on it, since you're trying to get on the creditors committee. If they do recover money, that money that goes back, what should the order of the creditors be? Who should get paid back first? The people who actually lost their money that they were asking them to hold, or contractors and spokespeople? Like where should that fall in your opinion?
My opinion about this is when you become an advocate for getting it back on a credit committee, you take care of the small people first, the people that lost their money I don't mean small people. I mean, people that diminishment amounts inside their accounts, they're hurt the most. And so it's not that the shareholders, of which I'm included, I'm in both of these groups. I don't think we should get anything back. We're venture investors. We're big boys. We lost our money. We understand it. I don't want anything back there until the people that had money in the accounts get theirs back. That just seems fair. And I really, because we know as venture investors, we're going to get it wrong 80% of the time. And here's another one. But there's something wrong with sweeping somebody's account of their assets. Where is that money? That's the question I have. And everybody on the committee is going to want the same answer. And so does John Ray.
That's funny. They want to know where the money's at.
This is a classic case, and he said it himself this week in front of the Senate too. This is just follow the money.
That's crazy, right? And that's interesting that he said that, because that makes a lot of sense. You know, when Terra Luna collapsed, like a lot of people were saying, dude, why don't you just refund? Why don't you just refund the smaller people first, right? Why not? That does make sense. That does make sense. Starting from the bottom up. And when we saw what Terra Luna is, that wasn't really the case, right? And really launching Terra Luna 2.0 only really helped the big time investors in that project, because those are the ones who lost a ton of money. Very, very interesting. Now, there was this theory, right, that BitBoy came out with, and then I heard Crypto Azarus talk about it, that maybe SBF knows something about Kevin OLeary, like has something against him or knows some crazy information or something like that about Kevin OLeary, which is very interesting. I wonder what it could be or something, because it seems like something's going on, right? It seems like someone's hiding something. Something's going on. What's up, Pantherman? How you doing? What's up, Uncle Ruckus? Yeah, obviously, yeah. Brad says he makes himself look stupid and scammy when he defends SBF. SBF clearly was committing fraud and doing a bunch of illegal stuff. It wasn't a mistake. Yeah, 100%. What's up, Baron? How you doing? Long time no see. What's up, GS? Good morning. Yeah, it's crypto. You can't find the money. Like, welcome to DeFi, right? Welcome to DeFi. Now, of course, this whole, thing came from, Kevin OLeary pretty much blaming Binance for the fall of FTX, and that a lot of eyes are on CZ, accusing him not being the most honest person or clear of what's really going on behind the scenes at Binance. And he had this to say about Kevin OLeary.
He says he didn't know that Binance was a shareholder of FTX. So he invested in FTX without looking at the cap table. But he was very specific in the way he counts for a transaction 2 years ago. So that's kind of contradictory. So I think Calvin's a liar. So I think he's lying about a bunch of stuff. So that's his problem. To us, we want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability, solidness in this space.
Do it.
And we're
And so this is obviously, like, they're talking about, Kevin OLeary. And then remember yesterday he was on CNBC, and I think this is a clip from that. And they were pretty much grilling CZ on, like, dude, what about a third-party auditor, right? Now, keep in mind, Crypto.com just got their audit done by Mazars Group. But for some reason, Mazars suspends audits for crypto exchanges, which include Binance, KuCoin, and Crypto.com. Now, did Crypto.com lie to us because they said that the audit was completed, or was it close to being done? Or I don't know. But, if you go back and you look at the CEO of Crypto.com, he says that they completed the audit, and it shows that they have proof of reserves. He says Crypto.com proof of reserves audit results. Mazars Group compared the assets held in on-chain addresses proven to be controlled by Crypto.com. Now, did something happen with the auditing group? I don't know. I want to find out, but that's kind of concerning, because this is a trusted auditing group, third party, does crypto, but not like all crypto. So we'll see what happens, but that's pretty sketchy to me. What's up, Bruce? How you doing? JDM James. What's up, Crypto Puppet? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? So I want to know what's going on with this, guys. We need more transparency in crypto. Like, we need auditors. We need people to go in there and prove, yes, things are on chain and those sorts of things, but what about liabilities and those sorts of things? Like, what about everything? Everything. So what's up, Panther? So we got to figure it out, right? We got to figure it out. All right, we got to figure it out. Now, some interesting thing I saw on Fox News we got a list of some of the people that SBF donated to, and it turns out we found the guy who pretty much rolled over on SBF, and a lot of us thought it was probably Caroline, and I'm sure it was her too. But check this out.
FTX executive Ryan Salem turning on Sam Bankman-Fried, the former high-level employee, tipping off Bahamian officials, about alleged improper payments to Alameda Research. Joining us.
Interesting. So he was the one who came out and told everybody. I wonder if he was the one who had a snapshot of a balance sheet and sent it to, I think it was CoinDesk, right? Interesting. Very, very interesting. So this is the guy that started it. Maybe Caroline started to, because she was seen in New York, right? Maybe she continued to tell on him. Maybe a whole bunch of people turned on him.
Right now is TRM Labs General Counsel, Sujit Ramen. TRM Labs is a blockchain company that detects and investigates crypto-related fraud and financial crime. Sujit, it's good to have you this morning. What is your reaction to all of this and what we've heard so far about this collapse?
Yeah, very interesting news, Maria. Thanks for having me. I think we're going to be seeing more information coming out as time goes on. The information that you're talking about became public yesterday through court filings, and it appears that folks who were working with Mr. Bankman-Fried had notified regulators and investigators in the Bahamas as the fraud was becoming public. So
very, very interesting. And this is what I'm liking to see because, before, a couple weeks ago, it was all like hearsay on Twitter. We didn't know what was going on Twitter, right? But now we're getting court documents and like real legit statements from people that are close to the project and the actual justice system. So this is what I wanted to see come out because there's all sorts of theories. And like I said, it was like it sounded like a witch hunt, but we knew SBF did something dirty, but I felt like the information wasn't that accurate on these Twitter live spaces. And we're starting to see like real, actual, factual information come out. Man, there are a lot of people turning on him, and a lot of people that saw things that things were going wrong or going not the way they were supposed to be, told on him.
Clearly, there were investigations going on in the Bahamas. There have been obviously investigations going on here in the United States. Charges have been brought. So as we see these parallel investigations play out, it'll be very interesting to see what more information comes out over time.
I mean, do you think any of these investors will be made whole? Will anybody get their money back? I mean, the charges found at the end of the indictment alleged that SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, and his co-conspirators illicitly contributed millions of stolen dollars to federal political candidates through Alameda Research in advance of the 2022 elections. I mean, this money was stolen. Politicians.
So these are some of the politicians that took, money from him. Some Democratic ties, obviously, top Democratic ties. Obviously, this is Fox News, so it's going to be tailored towards like hating on the Democrats a little bit. Keep that in mind. There's obviously a little slant towards just hating on Democrats, but obviously SBF did pay these guys a lot of money, right? Now, here's the thing. The question is, well, we got to reimburse the people that were affected by this situation. And the way you do that is get back some of the money. Now, are they going to give back the money that was given to them? Is it spent? I don't know how that works. Is it worth it? Yeah, millions in dark money, allegedly, right? Does it work? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, they're all connected to SBF. Now, did they do it the right way? Because remember that when they said that they're going to start allowing donations, crypto donations to not presidential candidates, but different political party members, they had to make sure they cash it out right away, and there are certain steps that had to be followed. So, did they do it the right way when they were given money for campaigns and those sorts of things? Very interesting.
Have yet to say anything about what they're going to do now, but all of these people got money from Sam Bankman-Fried and his, colleagues, and that money was stolen.
That's absolutely right, Maria. And what's really interesting that hasn't been reported much yet. A lot of this money came in from foreign people, foreign sort of retail users. And so what we've essentially seeing now is the influence of foreign money on U.S. domestic political elections.
Now that's a stretch. That's a stretch, right? I heard that this morning. I'm like, that's a stretch. Why? Well, it's like FTX.com obviously using foreign funds or in the exchange, but misusing those funds doesn't really count as foreign aid influencing our government. That's kind of crazy to me, unless you see how they're trying to spin this a little bit. Like, foreign money was used in FTX. So the foreign money that was stolen and misused between Alameda and FTX was like influent. That doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, that's kind of a lot, right? It's kind of a big stretch here. But of course, it's obviously a Democrat versus Republican thing, and Fox News is going to be more skewed towards dissing on the Democrats, right?
So I think it is going to be very difficult for much of this money to be clawed back. That's certainly what the new management at FTX will be focused on. It's what the bankruptcy court will be focused on. I think there will be efforts to claw back funds, but are people going to be made whole? I think it's highly unlikely, at least at 100%. But I do suspect that there's going to be very hard efforts made to try to claw back that money.
Yeah, exactly. And so far, none of these politicians have said anything.
I mean, I wouldn't say anything either. If you're a politician, you're just like, let me stay out of this one, right? And of course, like clawing the money back is ideal, but man, it takes if it's already spent, like how do you get all the money back? And it's like, can you blame people for taking money that they didn't know was dirty? It's like, damn, that sucks. That sucks, right? It's like, for example, if your boss, I guess, ran out of money, couldn't pay you, but he robbed the bank, and he ended up paying you some of that money he robbed the bank with, and you're like, oh, well, I did my work for him. You know what I mean? It's like, I got paid. I know it's dirty money, but you know what I mean? So it's a weird situation.
Stands out to you most about this case?
Well, what's really interesting is what you just talked about, Maria. The political contributions, there aren't a lot of details in the indictment. I think part of that is because the government is probably still developing its case. Part of it is that, the U.S. had to file charges essentially to satisfy the extradition treaty with the Bahamas. And so there are also certain limitations of what they might have alleged in the indictment. But I think we're going to be seeing more information coming out over the next few weeks and months. I think people will be very interested to know who Mr. Bankman-Fried's conspirators were. The indictment here in the United States talks about conspirators. Clearly, there were other people involved who had criminal knowledge, who had criminal intent, and where was the money going? I think those are all unanswered questions at this moment, but hopefully we'll get more transparency over time.
So do you think they'll be able to prove criminal intent?
Well, that's what a lot of the evidence will be, right? The government, I'm sure, is combing through emails, through text messages. There might be human cooperators who've come in an effort to either avoid criminal liability or to try to minimize their criminal liability. So I suspect it's a very, very active investigation.
And that's what we talked about, like people that are close to the project trying to just come in, get ahead of like this whole fraud thing, and then just be like, hey, we'll give you, let's take a plea deal. I bet you there's a lot of pleas going to be taken in this situation because they really want SBF, right? They really want him.
It has been for the past month, and I think it's only going to kickstart into higher gear now.
Yeah, but I mean, how horrible to basically get in front of his on the record, under oath testimony. I mean, Sujit, let's face it, the Democrats run the Financial Services Committee, and he was supposed to testify this week under oath. What prosecutor would not want their subject to testify under oath? But the Democrats who run the committee made sure he was arrested before he could actually go under oath and talk about all that money that they received.
Now, that's interesting. Then that's been the conspiracy theory, right? People think that, and it makes sense. It does make sense. My thing is like, dude, SBF has literally been having a lying tour going around on everybody's freaking Twitter live spaces, which is important. That's a big platform, right? Arguably, more people were in those Twitter live spaces than probably watch a freaking Fox News video, right? I don't think he would have any trouble lying under oath. I don't think he would. Do you guys think so? I think he would just lie through his teeth, But I guess maybe he wouldn't, and maybe he would tell on, top Democrats or something like that. I get the conspiracy, but I feel like he would just lie anyways.
I will say, Maria, it's a little bit unusual. I think any prosecutor who's about to prosecute a case, I was a former prosecutor. I served in the Justice Department for many, many years. Typically, if somebody you're investigating is about to make a statement, and particularly a statement under oath, you want him to make that statement, right? Because it essentially cabins him in. It ties in his defense. It sort of commits him to a story. And Mr. Bankman-Fried has been talking so much, sometimes in a self-contradictory kind of way. You would think that testimony would have ultimately been helpful to prosecutors. But I also don't want to speculate, Maria. It is hard to say. Mr. Bankman-Fried was in the Bahamas. And again, I don't have any inside information, obviously, but Was there a tip that maybe he was looking to leave the jurisdiction to a jurisdiction where the United States does not have an extradition treaty? We just don't know. So it's a little bit hard to know exactly what was going on in the mind of prosecutors. Also maybe they didn't want to have Mr. Bankman-Fried out there in this penthouse, apartment, sort of freely talking about what he did when everyone knows he's under investigation. So we'll see.
Yep.
That was fair, right? That was fair. He's like, yeah, we don't want to assume. They probably don't want him turning up, in his penthouse, continuing his orgies when all this stuff is going on. So I like that. He didn't really, go too in on it. But these are the celebrities that were pretty much named in the lawsuit for FTX. So of course we have some of the biggest names, right? Tom Brady, Giselle, who were married but now divorced. Isn't it weird that Giselle's net worth is double Tom Brady's, but people don't even know that? Like, she makes way more money than Tom Brady. Crazy. So I bet you Tom Brady's DMs are absolutely going nutty right now. What a man. So sorry about the divorce. Happy for Tom Brady, literally having the pick of the litter. Of course, Naomi Osaka, tennis player, Shaquille, Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Steph Curry, Kevin OLeary, Larry David, David Ortiz, Shohei. So, I do think that, it's tough because if you're paid to do a job and it turns out the guy paying you was a fucking crook, it's like, what should you have to pay back that money? Obviously, any sort of lawsuit like this, lawyers are going to be jumping all over it. And because lawyers want an opportunity to make a ton of money, right? They're the ones who are going to make the most in this situation. Literally people who lost their ass in this project are only going to get pennies on the dollar back, right? That's the harsh truth of it all. So I think this is just a publicity thing. I think this is probably just a lawyer getting paid thing because these class action lawsuits, literally the lawyers win, right? So what's up, CryptoFlex? How you doing? Yeah, they are getting the business. Yeah. Shaq was involved in pump and dumps years ago. Valley says this whole crypto had to stay underground. This was the best times. No regulations, more safety, yes, but the regulations and the government making all too complex, too much, blah blah. I mean, I understand why there needs to be regulations. It makes sense why there needs to be regulations because we can't have stuff like this happening. But you can't trust the government. Obviously, too much government is bad. The question is, there's going to be government regulation. Just how much, right? How much? How much is right? Because we can't have. Oh, give me a second. Dude, these guys have been working at construction on my block for 6 months straight. It's insane. It's so annoying. The lizard people. No, it's freaking construction, man. They've been sending. They need to hurry up. But yeah, the question is how much regulation is needed, right? Because obviously the government doesn't like complete anonymity, right? That's why Tornado Cash was taken down. So, it's tough. It's a tough job. But there needs to be protections for people in crypto, right? Obviously, right? That's not even a question. There obviously should be protections for people on in this situation, right? Because people keep getting wrecked, especially with stable coins, right? If we want mass adoption and people to really be aping in the cryptocurrency, big institutional money, I think they are getting in slowly, but we need some sort of safeguards, right? We need some sort of safeguards for some things. We need stable coin safeguards and those sorts of things. So I just think that's completely necessary, right? I mean, maybe not. Maybe people agree. Maybe they don't. But, I think so. I mean, we're seeing people get wrecked too much, especially with some small caps that I like to ape in because they're fun. But, man, some KYC would stop a lot of the scams, right? Now, let's talk about Jim Cramer claims Binance has no real legitimacy. And he kind of had a little meltdown, right? So the CNBC pundit had tweeted his latest opinion on the largest cryptocurrency exchange platform by the volume in the world. Jim Cramer has stated that Binance has no real legitimacy following the downfall of FTX. Moreover, Cramer told his followers that he would trusts his money more in DraftKings, which is like a degenerate betting website, than he would on the exchange firm. What is all the more puzzling is that the statements have come a mere 48 hours after Cramer stated his reassurance in Binance. So I don't know what's up with Cramer, because he just like supported Binance the other day and now he's against it. And I don't know what's going on with this guy. If you go to just Jim Cramer, because there was like a big, because, you know, the meme is like everything that Jim Cramer says or does, you do the opposite. The other day he was just like, I am like impressed in Binance. Let's see if he didn't delete that tweet. But he like praised Binance and everyone was like, oh, it's time to get out of Binance, you know, and then CZ was joking like, oh, you know, looks like it's, you know, please don't comment on my thing or something like that. Right. Or like, don't say stuff like that, you know, or whatever, you know, it's kind of crazy. Where's it at? But I thought that was interesting. Now he's like turns on it, like, what's up with this guy? And then he's like acting all sad on the news show this morning. Like check this out. See, why isn't Awesome Austin pop up? Don't watch it, Drew. I don't know why Awesome Austin doesn't pop up. For some reason, like I can't search like Jake or Awesome Austin on my my Twitter. I don't know if they're shadow banned or what the hell's going on. I tried to look up Jake this morning. It didn't work. Where's the video at? Because there's a video of him like melting down and acting all sad and those sorts of things. And it's like, it's awkward. It's like, okay, really? It's like, I thought a couple of days ago, you trusted Binance. I don't know. It's the whole media is like really on Binance, man. They're really on Binance. Like they're coming after them. And you know, honestly, if Binance gets through all this, because look at cryptocurrency is easy to dunk on right now. If Binance can get through this, they're going to be all right. You know, they're going to be quite all right. They've been going through a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And I know a lot of people like use that word like loosely in the space, but man, it seems like they're just throwing it at them, right? They're just throwing all the FUD at them. Which, I mean, you know, if you're Binance, man, you got to be really going through it. So check this out. This was a little video clip. Austin said, Jim Cramer, if that's how you're judging people, then you don't either. So check this out. So of course it says, Binance has no real legitimacy after what happened at FTX.
Cash flow last year, 9.5 billion, now less than 1 billion. Okay, let me say this about this. I made a mistake here. I was wrong. I trusted this management team. That was ill-advised. Hubris here is extraordinary. And I apologize.
Okay. What did you get wrong?
I had a belief that there was a recognition that there is an amount that you can't spend. Contrast that, for instance, with Jim Farley, who took a project that was his, Fargo, and closed.
Well, this is for something else. So this is not it, right? Okay, I see what you mean, Ozim. You're comparing. This is old. Yeah, this seems older. I thought this was about Binance earlier. I guess it wasn't, but I guess the sentiment's the same because he did talk crap on Twitter, right? I think they have him there as like a lovable idiot. To be honest, do you guys think so? Like they probably have him there like this lovable idiot that everyone loves, but like no one takes seriously. That's kind of strange, right? I mean, no one really it's a running joke that no one takes him seriously, right? Chrissy says, at least he apologized. Sorry, I'm getting a little. Let's see. Give me a second. Had to mute a conversation. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you right now. Big. I talked about that. I covered it a little earlier, Big A, but we'll talk about it right now. Yeah. So, you know, he says it is good for him being sorry. Yeah, because a lot of people, right, didn't apologize for anything. With the whole issue too. I mean, it's the whole FTX situation. No one's apologized for anything, but I don't know. I just feel like CZ's getting attacked from a lot of places, and I feel bad because look, I don't trust everyone blindly. I don't think CZ's this saint. I think he's a businessman trying to crush the competition. I know that it's more than just what we see on the surface level. I know that, you know, all of this isn't just like oh, I'm just helping the people. It's like, yeah, he wants to be Binance wants to be the biggest and best. And I know we need to come together at this time, but this is also a prime opportunity to squash any of your competition. And if you're Binance and you're these big exchanges, you want to do what you can to be number one. But now he's getting the full force of the FUD from the media. Like, hey, get a third-party auditor. Why are you dodging questions? You know, where's the money at? What are your liabilities? Like all these things that he's not really answering. So SBF apologized too. Do you think we should be okay with that? Jim Cramer just yells real loud, confidently. That's the thing. People buy that shit, man. I can't imagine they have him there for serious reasons, right? I imagine that what's going on is, you know, poor guy. Awani says, didn't CZ? Yeah, CZ lost a lot, bro. He lost on Terra Luna, like, because they were knocking CZ for like not remembering certain things about FTX and yada yada yada. But it's like, yeah, I mean, CZ probably goes through this a lot, and he lost a ton of money on Terra Luna. People don't understand that. Like at first, like the Terra Luna, like little weirdos, like the little lunatards were lunatards. They were like, CZ, you're a bad man. Yeah, you won't support on-chain burns for Terra Luna, not knowing how that shit works. But they didn't understand that he took like the biggest hit because they own so much Terra Luna. You know, it's like that's there. Those are their tokens. So it's crazy. It's crazy. The same stuff CZ told us to run from, the irony. Yeah, it's a little weird, right? It's a little strange. That's why I don't trust any exchange. Y'all can. Just because Binance is big now doesn't mean it's going to be the biggest thing forever. That's the thing. That's the thing. I was trusting exchanges all the way up till like a few months ago that I'm like, not after every exchange goes down, nothing works out for the investor, for the victims. Nothing. It never does. It seems like that way. At least not right now. What are they going to cut you a freaking class action lawsuit check for $17.99 because I have to pay 1 billion people and the lawyers get most of the money back? You guys ever get a funny class action lawsuit? Hilarious. You know what I mean? It's crazy. What's up, Bengal? I'm doing well. Thank you so much. It's crazy, you know? It's nutty. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm like, no, they don't help the customer at all. It's like these exchanges don't care about you. These people that are CEOs, they're saying one thing and then they're gone. They're like, fuck you, on to the next project. you forget about all the money you lost, and then people will look at you all weird because it's crypto. Like no one takes crypto seriously still. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. Like the perception I get from people on the outside of the world is like, oh, that's a scam, or oh, it's down really bad right now, or oh, didn't that guy like scam a bunch of people? It's like, so not understanding that the rest of the world is, suffering too, or, other markets and stuff. Robert says, let's be real. CZ hasn't lost a dime. Binance has. Yeah, probably. Bybit is your favorite exchange? That's interesting. All right, let's talk about the whole Elon Musk thing again, because Elon Musk is, so check this out. So he says, criticizing me all day long is totally fine, but doxing my real-time location and endangering my family is not. Apparently, wow. Elon Musk, sorry, too many. 7 days. Give him 7 days. This says unsuspended accounts who dox my exact unsuspend accounts who dox my exact location in real time. Wow. Now, okay. So I guess wow. So this is interesting. This is actually pretty interesting. So it looks like the Twitter community said unsuspend them now. But dude, if you're doxing someone's real-time location, what do you guys think about that? You think it's because he's a public figure, it doesn't matter, or what do you think? It's interesting. It's interesting. But what happened was apparently like someone followed his son and thinking it was him and like jumped on the hood of a car or something crazy like that, like nutty. Interesting. What's funny about all this is like, dude, this is getting Twitter so many eyes, like so much publicity. It's crazy. Twitter is so popular right now. It's nutty. It's crazy. But it looks like people want them to unsuspend these accounts. So I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? That's interesting. I mean, it's scary, right? It's scary because there have been people who've had their their address doxed. I've seen many streamers, influencers, and dude, you have some weirdos showing up at your freaking place. It's like that's not cool. Or following you around and your kid. It's crazy. That's crazy. It's all fun and games till it's you, right? It's all fun and games till some stalker's following you. So I don't think this is a bad thing. I think you should get in trouble for this. And I wish, I mean, honestly, the person that tried to dox my information about my family, my location, I wish they would have got fucking booted too. And they did. I think they did. Yeah. Saitama Informer, who was trying to put information about my family and personal information out. I reported it, and a lot of people did, and they got their account banned for a long time. Brad says it doesn't matter. There are so many crazies out there. Doxing people is never okay. Put out a horrible rumor, dox someone, and the crazies will hurt and destroy lives. That's not justice. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Big A says it appears Elon is focused more on who he chooses to be heard than actual free speech. It is interesting, right? There is an argument, but having a tracker on someone is kind of crazy, right? Or tracking someone's real time is crazy. But I see what people are saying. They're like, well, you're a public figure, comes with the territory, those sorts of things. But I mean, they're still humans too, right? They're still humans too. Would you want people with your address and all that shit? No, probably not. How much of Binance's reserves are in BNB? Luckily, we can see. I don't think it was quite a bit. Biz, let's see. Biggest crypto. Yeah, there's just not a ton of news today, to be honest. We're gonna watch the Lilly Finance video soon because it looks like one of their main influencers just gave up on them, which is interesting. Okay, so Binance, according to them, they have 27% of their reserves in BNB. So, why do they ban press accounts? Because I think those are the ones like posting links to it, like trying to use like word judo, just like no, or gaslighting. I just posted a link to it. It wasn't me. This is just a link. I'm not the one doxing it. I posted a link that doxed it. Yeah. Just think about it. Your shoes. Would you want people putting your public information out there, whether or not you're a public figure? Exactly. Twitter should enable. So that was the argument. So those people like putting that information out there, like, okay, how about you put how about we have your information, your location tracked? How about that one? Yeah, but BNB. Yeah. So if BNB like takes a dump, and obviously Binance would be in trouble. 27% is a lot. The main influencer only has 2K subs. We'll talk about that right now. Ozm says, I think this is all playing into the bigger picture of what Elon is trying to do. Look how many people are talking about this. How many news outlets on that left Twitter are now giving them clout? Genius. Well, that's the argument too, right? But not all publicity is good publicity. But this seems good, right? Because the whole basis for Elon Musk buying Twitter was for free speech. And people are saying, well, you're not doing what you said you were going to do. So that's not good. But people are paying attention. Oh, Big A says Elon needs to go back to running Tesla instead of shifting focus and selling 40 billion. Was it 40 billion or was it way less than that? I thought it was 3 billion. Oh, last year? I don't think, did he sell 40 billion? What, really? There's a lot of projects that are like down. Like Teslas are good. Teslas are good. So it's probably a great time to buy stock. And yeah, if he's selling his Tesla stock right now, and the next earning report is probably not going to be good because he's probably trying to sell before it dumps or something like that, right? At a better price. So I'm sure Tesla's, it seemed like when I went to pick up mine, dude, this shit was packed. There was a bunch of people there. So times are hard. It's not just Tesla, yeah, but he has been selling shares of Tesla. Yeah. Flights are public information. Flight manifests aren't. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Twitter's been censored for a long time. So it's an interesting situation, big decisions. But obviously, I think that no public information that's really, no personal information like that should be shared. It's all fun and games until someone's like jumping on the hood of a car that your kid's in, Osm says, looks like stocks and cryptos have more in common than we think. Devs and owners dumping charts. Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, we know when that's happening, right? There's no lie because it's all public information. These devs don't really admit to dumping the charts a lot of the times. They just do it. Like if we could see and prove that some devs are like slowly dumping the charts of projects throughout their lifespan, you would lose confidence in them because you could see that they're always dumping, always dumping, right? Elon doing the terrarium. I know, right? Oh, geez. So they're probably gonna have a bad earnings report. Let's watch a little bit of this video. I wanted to see this. This is called One Big Lie. I think this is the wrong lie. Am I wrong? Is it LIE? I don't fucking know. But let's see.
I'm your host, Bear. So I feel badly for, anybody that felt any pain last week, both emotionally, but more so maybe financially, as a result to the December 9th disappointment, right? We were supposed to get the Coinbase listing.
Like the video.
December 9th, it came, it went. It didn't happen. But today is a new day, so I encourage you to, take back a little bit of your power. And with that being said, I want to take a little bit of a deeper look into their suspicious taxes. You ready?
This is interesting, right? And we're gonna, we got to talk about this because it's in our space, and this guy is, speaking out against them. Here's the thing, a lot of influencers probably made a ton of money selling before this big news. So, like, who fucking cares if people got wrecked, right? Let's continue.
Let me start this video out by saying that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. You should always do your own due diligence. You should always do your own research when investing in cryptocurrency. Okay, let's hop over here to their website. So you'll see their breakdown of their taxes. Simply put, you're paying 10% to buy in.
Okay, so I think he's just going to talk about, I think this is probably, hold on.
Going out, there's no taxes actually coming in. The last thing that actually transpired in this wallet was $200. So if you're trying to flip a quick profit, you've got to earn 20% just to break even. Okay, so let's break this down just a little bit further. 3% goes towards reflections, 2% goes towards the burn, 1% goes to liquidity, 3% goes to the marketing/dev wallet, 1% goes to giving. In other words, the foundation. All right, nerd alert. We're going to take a little bit of a deeper look into their contract. So let's go ahead.
All right, that nerd alert thing's kind of corny. Is that a real thing on the channel? Hold on.
We're going to take a little bit of a deeper look into their...
How's that a nerd alert? That's corny. Bear with me. That's corny as hell. Bear. Hey, nerd alert. All right.
Contract. So let's go ahead and hop on over here to Etherscan. Let's type in Lilly and Finance. Okay. Now let's scroll down. Let's hit their contract and go ahead and take a little deeper dive into this contract. I'm going to go down to line 383 to 392. Okay. So it reads the same way as their website, right? 3% to reflections, 1% to liquidity, 2% to the burn, 3% to the marketing dev wallet, and 1% to the foundation. Okay. So now let's scroll up here and find the designated wallet for the foundation. All right, so let's copy paste this. Let's slide on over to Etherscan and take a peek inside the wallet. Okay, so you'll notice that there's just transactions going out. There's no taxes actually coming in. The last thing that actually transpired in this wallet was 231 days ago. Okay, here's the thing. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet.
That's interesting.
We still have one more place that we can check. Let's take a look. Okay, so now we're actually going to hit read contract.
Where's that old guy Dave when you need him?
Foundation fee, the liquidity fee, so on and so forth. But slide down here to number 11 where it says the foundation address. Now, this foundation address should be the same that was written in the contract DC31.
Well, it's probably not because there's no money going in there.
When we click on it here, it looks like it's A3F0. Now, that does give me a little bit a better feeling because maybe, the taxes are actually going into this address. So let's go ahead and slide on over here to Etherscan. Let's enter this contract in and take a look. So, okay, this is awful similar to the first one, right? All these transactions going out, the last one being 3 days ago. That's weird. So I want to scroll on over here to Dex Tools. So we're sitting at Thursday night, December 15th, at about 6:30 p.m. The last transaction was at 6:07, so less than 25 minutes ago. we've had a transaction, but no taxes have gone in to either of these wallets. Guys,
Wait, how is
I've had
that
a loss
possible,
rewards
though?
here. So let me speak from my own experience buying Lilly in finance. When I bought in, I paid 10%, and when I sold, I paid 10%. So it begs the question, where is the money going, right? And if I've learned anything in the last couple of weeks, it's to learn to trust my gut. And my gut's telling me that this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? I am no way a blockchain expert. And when I said
We're Skywalker. Old guy Dave, get on it.
On this, alarm bells went off, right? So, for those individuals that are much smarter than I encourage you to, go down this rabbit hole. Follow the money trail. The blockchain doesn't lie. Facts are as follows. There's 2 wallet addresses that are associated with the foundation address, according to their contract, neither of which are getting the actual taxes sent into them. You deserve to know where your money is going. And if it's not being properly distributed, you have the right.
That's interesting. So I wonder, and shout out to Bear With Me. Go check him out, guys. It says it took the dev team less than 5 minutes to disprove this theory. So nice crooked story. Nice crooked story. God is there. He will take care of you for your sin on charity work. This is crazy, guys. People think this is like some weird, like, just because they're being nice to things. That's kind of, or nice. Yeah, people are out of their damn mind. People are losing their damn mind. Y'all crazy as hell. Tarp, what happened? Top. Yes. We got 200 people in here. Make sure you smash that like, baby. Push it up in the old algorithm. Yeah, this is interesting. We got to get old guy Dave and Skywalker to see what's going on. But here's the moral of the story, right? I'm sure there's more to it, so we'll see what happens. But you can't read ETH, but we can read your nonverbals. You should have waited an hour, then watch yourself before you post the video. It reads whiner all over it. Do people get so mad when you say anything negative about their investment? Jesus, Lord have mercy. Relax. My goodness. Relax. People are crazy. Nutty. What happened to Tarp? Tarp is called Advantis or some shit like that. I don't know. No. They had some weird, that had some weird, it's not weird, but they changed the name, right? Tarp. Look at it. Tarp is trying to turn a new leaf and do better. Fine. Maybe they got duped by Saitama too. I don't know. Damn, BNB is dumping. Holy 8.1%. Ooh, Binance is going through it. And 20% of their reserves, 27% of their reserves is in BNB. So we'll see what happens. Well, the video is pretty much done. He's just pretty much saying that none of the taxes are going into their charity wallet, right? Another theory I saw yesterday was by Blockchainiac was he's on Twitter. He was saying what if they faked the Coinbase listing because they didn't have any money for their next surgery and they need to get the tax money for their surgery. So that's interesting. Johnny Blaze says, that's the scam. We're doing God's work and saving lives. How dare you question us? Lol. Exactly. Yeah. People think that just because you're helping a child with a surgery, which we know that's universally a good thing, helping a child's life, right? Doesn't mean you can just scam a bunch of people too. It's it doesn't make any sense, right? Yeah, Tarp did rebrand, but Crypto Art, Crypto Art, how you been? $50 donation says Tarp is migrating into ETH, plus they pause trade, make sure everyone got their airdrops. Will be called Advance. I think you mean Advantis. Thank you so much, Crypto Art, for the $50 donation. I appreciate that. Religious cults are the worst. Yeah, it's that's just kind of strange, right? Weird. Very, very weird. Give me 1 second. Yeah, do me a favor, guys. Smash the like button. We are at 51 likes. We can get to 100 likes. Let's go, baby. And shout out to the people who won me and Jake's contest yesterday, the giveaway. I believe it was Chris and Bernie won. Shout out to you guys. You guys each got $50 or maybe a little more. I don't know. Little DGen add on to that. So if you haven't double checked your wallet, maybe I sent you a little more, $50. But I don't know. Maybe not. You know what I mean? DGen's all the way up, man. Appreciate y'all. Those little when a person with a bigger following me like Jake does those retweet things, the follow, I got 2K followers in a day. That was fantastic, which feels good. Dude, I just want to bot my account because my account, it doesn't have the best engagement, but compared to accounts that have 1 million followers, it's how the hell do you have 200 likes on a post with 1 million followers? But I'm not sure how many of those are bots or what has Elon Musk said when he's going to get rid of bots. Is he going to get rid of the bot followers or the bots? Are all bots going away? Because I have to imagine that a lot of my followers are. I have to imagine a lot of people's followers are bots. It wouldn't make any sense unless people just really follow you and don't like any of your stuff. Maybe that's true because when I post a video, it gets a ton of views on Twitter, like maybe a couple thousand, but like it won't get that many likes. So I don't know. That's a weird situation. Let me put Jake's channel up on my description. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one here. So you guys can come hang out with us at 9 a.m. Yeah, but when people are, the whole public information thing, like think about you and your think about you and your family. Would you want people knowing where you live? Like it's all different till it's all bad till it happens to you, right? So I get why Elon Musk is taking it out on those people, but if I don't have kids, right? But if I did, or people out there with kids and some weirdo is following your kid and jumps on the hood of the car, probably be pretty little pissed, right? Quick question: who's going to support the new TARP? This space is wild. I don't know. You got to get some influencers on them. I think what's his name? Chad Reddings is like big in the TARP, right? Him alone is probably big enough to push TARP like crazy. Royal Decor says you're all hypocrites. We're past of the Rodney cult. Chris E says, Fuddy, thanks for the extra and giveaway. I appreciate the give. Absolutely. Thank you for your continued support. Even if you're mad or happy, it doesn't matter. You guys are here. You guys are here hanging out with me every day. It's the least I could do. You're welcome, Bernie. DJ says they have good donation page for surgeries and 1% buy and sell. So how the product is happening, they're just taking donations and keeping 99%. Well, the thing is, DJ, like Lilly Finance is supposed to be mostly a project that's bringing, blockchain technology to the medical industry to help with different sort of things like out of network care or maybe having a better network on the blockchain. But it just seems so like people forget that that's the main focus, and part of it is a charity token. The issue with charity tokens is that where's the revenue, right? Where's the revenue? So we need a revenue source. So if you can get a revenue, there's nothing wrong with charity tokens because just like Apollo Inu is not a terrible project, right? We just think it's terrible because of some of the influences associated with it. But if they could find some way to make revenue, because their CEO is a good dude, it would be nice. It's a just cause, like helping creators or helping little kids. But it's like, we got to make sure the lines aren't blurred when it comes to what else is going in other places. And a lot of people are spooked out by that. Like, yeah, 1% for children, but where's the rest of the money going, But then people forget it's a project mostly for it's supposed to be for crypto, blockchain technology in the medical industry, not just a charity token. So it's weird. It's weird. Cycle Hunt says rigged. Let's see. Oh, Chrissy with a $20 donation says, thanks, Fuddy and Jake, for the extra giveaway gift. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Chrissy. And that's a sweet giveaway. I love those giveaways, man, because I always get thousands of, because Jake has like 150K followers. This is crazy. And his engagement's really good for 150K followers. So, they're not bots. So every time there's like a giveaway, like with me in it, I get like a ton of followers. So I like that shit, obviously. But he is okay with hate against others. I don't think it's as simple as that, I don't think it's as simple as that. I mean, if you watch what Elon's been doing, I don't think it's like completely bad or completely good. I think there's some, obviously, he's running this place like he wants to run it, right? But, if you're putting someone's personal information out there, you should be clapped, right? Shout out to Sandstorm. Keith Sweat, stop fudding my Saitama bag, effing fudder. These are my reflections. SBF parents asked Bahamas prisons to feed him vegan meals. Oh, did you guys see that? I got to take off right now, but that's hilarious, right? Imagine calling the Bahamas up and be like, hey, can you make sure my kid gets there? Like, Sam Bankman-Fried's family called Bahamas prison to request vegan meals for him to eat. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to be hanging out with Jake Gagan on the Crypto Hour. Links to his channel is in the description down below. Click that. V2, get over there. Let's party today, baby. Let's go. Let's have a good time. Thank y'all. I'll see you over there. Let's let the degeneracy continue. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.